A little higher. Oh.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, looks good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe if you move it over there so then you're like facing each other. Or just do like this.
Wait to reach yours then.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Cheers. I forget how we start this. Q&A with B&A.
Welcome back. We adjusted the lighting. We got a little bit of feedback that it wasn't the best, not the worst, but not the best.
Yeah, sunset wasn't the vibe.
Wasn't the vibe, so we're going for just bright.
It's bright. That's bright for sure. Bright like you. Nice.
If this is your first time tuning in, this is our new segment, Q&A with B&A. I'm Ashley, this is Brennan, husband and wife that is starting a new YouTube series.
Where I ask the questions and she has the answers.
Yes, hopefully.
I mean, some of them are pretty easy questions. They're questions about Ashley. It's what we want to know. We want to learn about Ashbegash.
I feel like though it'll be cool too that for this to evolve into like bigger topics and educational things maybe down the road. You know, like planning for the future. It's a long game. We want to play the long game.
Wow, that's one of our questions. I think I would just hop into it. What's your biggest goal set for this year?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I don't know, what's like just pick one.
I think my biggest goal right now, because of where I'm at in life, is to figure out what I see my blog and brand evolving into long term, because as much as I really love blogging and social media and Instagram, I know that there's so much more that I want to do, and I think I'm in a place right now where I can't really see that very clearly. Like I want to be able to refine what I envision for my brand in 2022 and implement it. Start it.
What you want for your brand.
Yeah, so whether that's like a product or an extension of myself in a different light on the internet, or something like talking about broader topics or bigger topics, and just evolving my brand and really honing in on what that looks like for long-term purposes, leaning towards developing a product.
It's a long, big one goal
Okay.
to choose from right there. A paragraph of goals combined together, but I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have big goals.
All right.
I do.
Well, you said you were in fashion, right? And you do a lot of shooting and a lot of videos. Do you have a favorite place to shoot?
I really love shooting downtown right now because that's where we're at, and I love the city feel. There's so many hidden gems around here of beautiful architecture, so I would say right now I'm really feeling the city vibe.
The city vibes. Do you have like an all-time favorite city that you've gotten your best shots in?
I feel like I've gotten some pretty epic shots in New York.
New York. She does love New York. If you didn't tune in last week, I think we talked about New York last week.
I love New York.
Oh, that's awesome. And when you go shooting, you usually shoot with some friends who are maybe don't live in downtown.
Correct.
And then most people don't know, I think we are one family, we have a one family car. So what's the biggest struggle you see for having a one couple car?
Just managing our schedules. But I think we've talked about this before, and it ends up being a good struggle because then we communicate more. So we have a shared calendar. We talk about our week every Sunday, about what's coming up for the week, so we can strategically plan. So like it's good because it forces us to communicate our schedules to one another and our needs.
The family calendar is huge. That's helped out.
Yeah.
And that's just shared Google. So then when you have something to do like golf, you just put that on the family calendar and
you just drop it on
plan
in
in
there.
advance and say, well, we can check out that day. But that's just one topic. But like the car, things that you would need the car for, shooting.
Yeah.
And then I look at the calendar and I see that you had scheduled a photo shoot. Then I know that I need to plan around Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles for the day. You said that we talk one time a week on Sundays. We recently got a great excuse me. Cut. We recently got some marital advice, because when you're with somebody and that person is married, you usually ask them a question. What's that question?
I love to ask couples that I admire, what's one piece of advice you have for a healthy relationship, whatever that means to them, and it's always interesting to hear their answers. The one we just got was very different.
It was.
It was good though.
Care to share?
Yeah, I won't share who, but this couple who is amazing, and they've been married for years. They have 2 children almost in their 30s, so like that can just gauge their timeline. They they said that they have what they call a board meeting. I don't know if it's every morning, but I think it's like frequently.
I think it's frequent. I don't know if it was every morning.
But they call it a board meeting, and they get in the bathtub together, and they were explaining that like it was just a really vulnerable way to like bear it all, literally, figuratively, emotionally, all the things, because you're in the bathtub with your significant other and you're relaxing, having a good time. And then they were just joking about how like the bubbles go away and like you can't hide yourself, and it's just a really great environment to be vulnerable and talk about everything and just have open communication. And they said that that's a huge reason that they have a successful relationship, is that they have board meetings. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. In the bathtub.
Yeah.
Love a good bathtub board. It could be morning, night, afternoon.
Yeah.
And it sounded great.
Yeah.
We're gonna try
Forces
it
you to
out.
like strip down all your insecurities and just...
And you stripped down to get in the tub.
I mean, yeah, it's like a double meaning.
Wow.
I meant that to be a double meaning.
That's pretty neat.
Like it's a all-encompassing metaphorical thing.
Did nice. Nice. To change the subject a little bit, you talked last week about being back home and on a schedule and not traveling as much. What is the best thing you like about being on a schedule?
Cooking every night.
Cooking every night. We've been doing that a lot.
We've been cooking a lot and experimenting with new things. Another thing we learned from a friend when we were in Chicago, that he was raised eating a ton of different cuisines, and I thought that'd be really cool to test out like a different cuisine from a different country each week and have like a different theme night.
I'd be down to be your taste tester.
Yeah, because then it like challenges you to learn what other countries cook with, like different spices, different flavors, and just like learn about what the whole world is eating versus just like your typical classifications of food that you think of.
I like that. And you were just recently went to an event, which is pretty cool. It's a very, some would call it a very LA thing to do, but I think that needs to break the mold because it was very knowledgeable on my end, something that I've never gone through in my own head, being from Minnesota. It's like, that's so LA. But that mold needs to break just because of just the educational.
We went to a wellness event over the weekend called Poise. One of our best friends put it on. It stands for physical, occupational, intellectual, spiritual, emotional wellness. So it's intimate setting, so it wasn't too many, but it was a pretty...
About like 75 people, I would say.
And they all came from different backgrounds: health, wellness, fitness, athletes, PhDs, celebrities. Like it was just across the board. And we learned...
you were there. Celebrity.
Obviously.
But it was cool. You signed up for different events. They had a HIIT class, and they had breath work, and
a board of doctors that sat down that all classify themselves as lifestyle medicine doctors, which is like a holistic approach to healthcare. And I feel like, as you were going back to your point of, we should break the stigma of like, that's so LA, because everyone should be thinking like, how can they implement more plants into their diet? It doesn't mean you have to go vegan or vegetarian or whatever, but at the end of the day, there's so many easy ways to feed your body what it needs versus an over-the-counter drug. And that can come from plants, that can come from meditation, that can come from breath work, that could come from cold plunges or saunas. Like all the things that we did yesterday were centered around a holistic approach to wellness and bettering your life, mentally, physically, all the things that Poise stands for. And yeah, I think it needs to go everywhere, like not just LA.
Yeah, the stigma, I think just breathing too, and that's the biggest part. I mean, we breathe all the time, all day, every day, right? And then you come to different situations and you don't think about breathing.
Yeah.
And then you get stressed, or you're busy, or something's going on, or you're getting mad at your significant other, or you dropped hot water on your hands from tea.
I did that this week and it was the most terrifying experience. I had noise canceling headphones on, and so I screamed. I couldn't hear myself scream. So
Screamed. I got up from the couch,
ran in the bedroom.
And I said, let's work on your breathing. Panic.
I like seeing how you would respond to me in a panic. I've never seen you have to do that. So, I mean, you made sure I was okay.
I was there. But that whole event was about, we did a breathing exercise, and it was work. And that was my first breathing exercise ever. I almost passed out.
Yeah.
But it was a cool experience. I suggest all of you to try it. Sign up for a breathing class.
Yeah, breath
and
work
go
is
through
powerful.
it. And that's wild. And then the HIIT class really talked about breathing while you're working out, and focus on that. Take a deep breath. And
I did that today while working out. I practiced like what he taught us.
Yeah, once you get tired, and then like after you're done working out, before you stretch, you should really breathe for about 2 minutes and then come back to.
Yeah.
Because then
get
your
heart
body
rate back down.
Appreciates it. Yeah, heart rate down. Your body's like, oh, okay.
Because your body isn't in fight or flight mode anymore after working out. It's calm and it's thinking like stretching now is okay versus, didn't he say like if you were to stretch right away, it still was like, no, we might get hurt. Don't stretch yet.
We should maybe put some links on some professional people besides us talking about. We're talking about what we learned about.
Yeah, we'll link all.
We're still learning.
In the description below, we'll link all of the coaches and the like whoever we can link will be below. I highly recommend checking them out.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really cool way to spend the day, and more people should do it for sure.
All right, I think it's time for the 5 second.
Oh, the rapid.
The rapid 5 second. We're gonna keep calling it the 5-question blitz.
Oh yeah.
Because of the NFL.
Oh yeah.
And then maybe we'll change it after the NFL season is over. So put your timers on 5. Well, it's not really timers because I'm not going to time you. But they're quick responses. But if we know Ashley, we don't really get quick responses a lot. They're sometimes long-winded, but they're very information.
If you want short answers, go somewhere else.
Get out of here. All right, ready? Here we go. 5 second blitz. I got submitted some great questions this week. So if you want to submit some questions, just hit me up, Him Collective. All right, 5-question blitz. Ready? Well, obviously this has got to be the first one, but name one football team that won this weekend.
San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco Giant.
No?
No, half right.
San Francisco.
Who are they?
49ers.
There you go. It's well done. What's your favorite pair of shoes that you own?
Oh my god. My Chanel sandals.
Ooh, good choice, good choice. Name one player from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I have literally no idea.
You gotta know one. I have a jersey. Doesn't even have to be current player.
Oh,
Breathe. Breathe.
Kevin Garnett?
Yeah. Well done. All right, quick
My hands are sweating.
What's your most favorite dinner to make?
I'm just gonna say bowls.
Bowls.
Like Mediterranean bowls. But like I like taco bowls.
What do you want for dinner? Bowls.
A bowl. If you told me a bowl, I'd be like, I can whip up a bowl real quick. It could be anything in the fridge. I'll put a yummy sauce on it.
It's like your version of a casserole.
Yes, exactly. A bowl.
All right.
Sticking with the answer.
If you could spend one day with a famous person, who would that be?
Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna go with Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. Fantastic. Why?
Because I think that she could teach me a lot in terms of fashion, but also being a humanitarian and just someone who does good for her community.
That's awesome. Well, you
and
did
also focuses on fashion.
You did it. You scored on the blitz. Fantastic. Touchdown. Good job. Overtime. I should have a chance, but the overtime rules don't allow me to try to score after you score a touchdown. It's for all my football fans out there.
I'm sure they're all watching.
They're all watching. Well, cheers. Thank you for stopping by for Q&A with B&A. We appreciate you. We love you. Keep sending in the questions. I'll feed Ashley. We'll see how she does. She did pretty well.
With food?
Bowls. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Bye.